A season that's felt quiet, heavy, unfamiliar. You've been fighting battles in silence, holding on to hope, even when everything around you said to let go. But deep down, you felt it. Something is shifting. And you're right, because the help you've been praying for is closer than you think. And it's not coming from someone you know. It's coming from someone you've never met. In this journey, you'll discover the spiritual truth behind how God sends help from unexpected places. He's aligning someone, right now, a stranger with influence, access, wisdom, or provision to bless you, to lift you, to open doors only heaven could orchestrate. And it won't just change your situation. It will confirm your calling. Before we dive in, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already, because this is a message every chosen one needs to hear. If you feel the power of this message resonating with you, drop the number 77 in the comments. This isn't just a number. It's a powerful signal to the universe that you're aligned with divine truth and ready to claim the blessing that's rightfully yours. Only those who are truly chosen will stay until the end, and those who do will unlock deeper understanding, sharpen their spiritual awareness, and claim the blessings hidden within this message. And remember, this is knowledge that unfolds layer by layer. Rewatch this video as many times as you need to align your mind, body, and spirit with the truth being revealed. Each time you return, you'll notice something new, something vital that you may have missed the first time. Now let's dive in. Chapter 1. The mockery was part of the mission. They laughed at you when you were quiet. They laughed when you didn't follow the crowd. They mocked your ideas, your lifestyle, your dreams. They whispered behind your back, doubted your journey, and rolled their eyes at your attempts to rise. But what they didn't know was that their mockery was part of your mission. Many chosen ones don't realize at first that being misunderstood, laughed at, and rejected isn't a detour. It's a sign that you're on the right path. You weren't being laughed at because you were failing. You were being laughed at because you were evolving. The world often laughs at what it cannot explain. And because your journey didn't fit into their limited view, they assumed it was a joke. But chosen one, what they called strange, heaven called sacred, what they called lost, the Most High called anointed, what they laughed at was really the beginning of your transformation. You were never meant to blend in. You weren't created to walk the same road as everyone else. Your path was carved in mystery, soaked in divine timing, and guided by a force greater than human understanding. So yes, they laughed. They laughed at what they didn't understand. They laughed because they couldn't see what was being built inside of you. But what they didn't know was this. Every laugh, every insult, every snide comment was being used as fuel. Fuel for your rise. Fuel for your character. Fuel for your divine purpose. Because chosen ones don't rise by accident. They rise through fire. They rise through silence. They rise through preparation. So let them laugh. Let them doubt. Let them talk. Because the same mouths that laugh at your breakdown will soon witness your breakthrough. And they will be forced to watch as God turns your story into a testimony. They will be stunned. And in time, those same people might be clapping, not because they believed in you, but because your rise will be too undeniable to ignore. Chapter 2. The hidden assignment on someone else's life. You've been waiting, praying, believing, maybe even cry behind closed doors, wondering if anyone truly sees you, wondering if anyone understands the weight you've been carrying, wondering if all the faith, all the effort, all the hope has been for nothing. But what if the answer you've been praying for isn't coming from someone you know? What if it's being stirred right now, quietly, in the heart of a stranger? What if someone, somewhere, is feeling a divine pull toward an assignment they don't yet understand? And what if that assignment is you, sees the weight you've been carrying or the battles you fought in silence? But here's what you didn't know. While you've been fighting in the dark, God had been speaking in secret, not just to you, but to someone else. There is someone right now, maybe a stranger, maybe someone whose name you don't know, maybe even a person you'll only meet once, who is being stirred. They can't explain it, but something in their spirit is shifting. They're being nudged in ways that don't make logical sense. They're feeling led to take a step, to release a resource, to make a move. And that move is directly tied to your breakthrough. Chosen one, what if I told you that while you were asking God for help, someone else was getting a divine assignment to carry that help to you? You didn't need to send an email. You didn't need to beg for a seat at the table. God is already preparing someone with the keys you need to unlock your next chapter. God often works in divine pairs. Your need meets someone else's calling. Your prayer activates someone else's obedience. Even though the two of you haven't met yet, heaven is scheduling collision with precision. The timing won't be rushed, but it won't be delayed either. It will arrive exactly when it's supposed to. That wealthy stranger, the one with the resources, wisdom, or connections you lack, they may not know your name, but God has written your situation into the story of their life. He's impressing your struggle onto their heart in the quiet moments. They're waking up with you on their mind. They're thinking about a shift, feeling a burden to bless, sensing it's time to release what they've been holding. They don't know why, but they're about to become the answer to your prayer. And this isn't just generosity. This is prophecy in motion. This is a divine script unfolding, written long before you knew you would need help, written long before they knew they would be used. God doesn't need your permission or your presence to speak to someone's heart. You don't have to force it. You don't have to strive for it. You don't have to push past exhaustion, trying to open every door. The help that's coming has already been confirmed and approved in the courts of heaven. And when it arrives, it may feel sudden, but it's been moving toward you for a very long time. Someone is being assigned to your elevation. Someone is being positioned with divine precision to show up right on time. Not early, not late, but exactly when your spirit is ready to receive. When you meet them, it won't feel like pressure. It'll feel like purpose. The conversation will flow. The connection will be effortless. And the blessing they carry will be wrapped in confirmation. So don't lose heart when it feels like your struggle is invisible. Behind the scenes, God is awakening someone else to partner in your promise. Someone is receiving dreams. Someone is hearing instructions. Someone is considering a move. And they don't know it yet, but you're the reason why. Trust that heaven never forgets. Trust that what God starts, He always finishes. And when your appointed help arrives, it won't feel forced. It will feel like destiny. Won't have to chase it. It will find you. What's coming is not random. It's divine intervention wearing human skin. God is sending the answer, and this time, it's coming through a person who has been prepared for such a time as this. So keep walking, keep trusting. Your name is in the wind, and someone's spirit is being stirred because heaven has assigned them to you. Chapter 3. Your spirit attracts what your voice has been praying for. You've been praying, crying out to God in secret places, asking for help, for clarity, for provision, for a sign. But what you may not realize is that while your voice has been echoing in the heavens, your heart spirit has been releasing a vibration, a frequency that attracting everything you've been aligned with. There's a spiritual law. What's in alignment with your soul begins to magnetize toward you, not because of manipulation, not because of striving, but because of spiritual resonance. You're not forcing the outcome. You're simply becoming the type of person that what you're asking for naturally gravitates toward. That's the power of being in divine alignment. This is not about popularity. This is not about being seen. This is about divine attraction. It's about your inner state, your obedience, your purity, your humility becoming a beacon that heaven responds to. The condition of your heart is speaking louder than your words, and heaven is always tuned into the posture of your soul. Think about it like this. Incense rising to the throne room. Every time you resisted temptation, chose integrity, and walked in faith despite fear, you sent up a scent. Every sacrifice you made in silence added another layer to your fragrance. And now, chosen one, heaven is responding. Earth is catching wind of that fragrance. People, yes, even total strangers, are picking up on your energy. Even if they can't explain it, they feel drawn to you, drawn to bless you, drawn to partner with you, drawn to open a door for you without even knowing why. That's not manipulation. It's divine magnetism. It's not your appearance. It's not your charm. It's not your resume. It's the weight of your anointing. It's the residue of your spiritual warfare. It's the light you carry from winning battles no one else saw. The invisible crown on your spirit is signaling to heaven and earth that you're ready for more. Chosen one, This is why it's so important to stay faithful, even when no one's watching, even when you feel forgotten, even when it seems like nothing is happening, because something is happening. Every act of faith is activating unseen movement. Every prayer whispered in tears is releasing unseen assistance. You're not waiting in vain. You're being positioned with purpose. This is why the right people are drawn to you. This is why certain souls feel compelled to pour into you. It's because your spirit has already made the introduction your mouth didn't need to make. Stay in alignment, because what you've been praying for is already on its way, and your energy is pulling it in. Heaven has heard you, the universe has felt you, and now divine timing is answering you. Chapter 4. Isolation prepares you for divine introduction. Chosen one, let's be honest. The path has been lonely. You've looked around and realized that people you once leaned on are no longer present. The calls stopped. The invites dried up. And for a moment, you may have even questioned yourself, wondered if you did something wrong, felt abandoned. But here's the truth. Isolation was not a punishment. It was preparation. When God is about to introduce you to something sacred, He often isolates you from what's familiar. Why? Because familiarity can breed blindness. Sometimes the people around you are too close to see the glory on your life. Or worse, they become too familiar to honor it. So, God removes distractions. He allows doors to shut. He permits silence to surround you, not to hurt you, but to heighten your hearing. In the stillness, you learn to recognize His voice without interference. In the absence of noise, you gain clarity. And in the emptiness, your discernment sharpens. Your spirit becomes more attuned to the whispers of heaven. And your soul grows more sensitive to divine promptings. The silence is a training ground for your heightened sensitivity to spiritual messages. Because when divine help comes, it won't look like what you're used to. It won't come from the same crowd that clapped for your comfort zone. It won't rise from the same circles that were convenient. No, your divine help will come from unexpected places, and you must be ready to recognize it when it shows up. That's what isolation does. It resets your spiritual eyesight. The divine connection that's coming may come wrapped in unfamiliar packaging. It may be a wealthy stranger, a kind mentor, or an angel in disguise. But if your heart isn't ready, you'll overlook them. You'll misjudge them. You'll push away what was meant to bless you. This is why preparation matters. It sharpens your inner vision, so you don't miss your moment of opportunity. So instead of resenting your isolation, embrace it. It's a sacred space where God is detoxing your heart from everything that would interfere with the blessing He's sending. It's where He teaches you that help doesn't have to look like history. It just has to carry His signature. Through this season, He is refining your ability to receive, so you'll recognize His gifts when they come, no matter how they appear. You're not alone. You're in transition. And when the divine introduction happens, it will all make sense. The isolation will become the foundation for a greater connection, one that will far surpass anything you could have imagined. Chapter 5. The blesser has also been tested. Chosen one. While you've been in the fire, being refined, stretched, and prepared for your next level, so has the person God has assigned to help you. The journey you've walked, full of struggles and triumphs, has been necessary for your transformation. But just as you've been shaped and molded through hardship, so too has the one destined to walk alongside you in this next season. God doesn't just prepare the recipient of His blessings. He also prepares the deliverer, the one who will carry the weight of your breakthrough, and the one who will be the instrument through which your promises come to fruition. That wealthy stranger, that destiny helper, that divine connection. They too have been walking through seasons of pruning, pressure, and positioning. Like you, they've been stripped of their comfort zones, faced their weaknesses, and relied on a higher power to guide them forward. They've learned obedience, shedding ego, and aligning their resources and hearts for something bigger than them. This is not a random encounter. This connection isn't about charity. It's about kingdom purpose. God is orchestrating a higher plan, and His purpose is always greater than just the one receiving the blessing. It is about the mutual flow of divine energy, where both the giver and the receiver are part of a larger cosmic design. God doesn't want just anyone handling your destiny. The person assigned to bless, you must carry the right spirit. They need to understand honor and humility, to lift without controlling, serve without suffocating. Their heart must be pure, their motives aligned to the divine will, so that when they pour into your life, it is a true blessing. That's why their process was necessary. You're not the only one who was being refined. They were too. Just like you, they've had to learn trust, resilience, and perseverance. God has ensured that your helper carries a clean heart, pure motives, and a soul aligned with heaven's rhythm. They're being honed, sharpened, and purified to know when to move, when to give, and when to show up. And when you cross paths, there will be no confusion, no awkwardness, no struggle for understanding. It will feel divine. It will feel fated. It will feel like something only God could have arranged. A perfect synchronization of timing, purpose, and energy. The connection will be seamless, natural, and effortless because it has been crafted by the Creator Himself. So don't lose hope. Thinking your helpers unprepared. They're being molded just like you, walking their own path of transformation. When the timing is right, two prepared souls will meet, and that moment will unlock something powerful in both of you. This isn't just about blessing. This is about divine partnership. Both parties must be ready to fulfill the role God has called them. You are not merely a recipient of a blessing. You are a partner in the kingdom's work. So keep growing, keep trusting, keep moving forward. Your deliverer is coming, and they're coming out of their own fire, ready to pour into your promise and fulfill the divine purpose that's been orchestrated from the beginning. Together, you will rise. Together, you will fulfill a destiny far greater than either of you could have imagined. Chapter 6. Don't miss the moment by judging the messenger. Chosen one. Hear this with a soft and open heart, because this could be the chapter that changes everything for you. God is not obligated to fit into your expectations. He doesn't move according to human logic, comfort zones, or predictable patterns. If you're waiting for your help to come wrapped in something familiar, you might miss it entirely. You've been praying, fasting, declaring, asking for God to show up. But what if He's already moving, already responding, already sending help, but it just doesn't look the way you thought it would? When Jesus walked among the people, many didn't recognize Him. They were waiting on a political king, a military hero, someone with influence and power who looked the part. But Jesus came as a carpenter's son, riding on a donkey, speaking in parables, moving with humility and grace. He came hidden in plain sight, and those with hardened hearts missed the miracle. That's what can happen to us too. Your divine connection might not speak in tongues. They might not post scriptures on social media. They might not say, God told me to bless you, but their presence, their action, their favor is not accidental. It's been divinely orchestrated. You might find yourself meeting someone in a random place, a job interview, a social event, even in a moment of struggle, who suddenly offers you exactly what you need. A financial lifeline, a connection, a place to stay, a business idea, a way out. And your first instinct might be to question them, to wonder, why would they help me? What's their angle? Do they even understand my walk with God? But don't let your assumptions block your blessing. Don't disqualify the help because it didn't come packaged with spiritual language or dressed in robes of religion. God has used strangers, outcasts, foreigners, and even enemies to fulfill His promises before. He will do it again. The truth is, God doesn't need your helper to be perfect. He just needs them to be willing. And some of the people He sends into your life won't even fully understand why they're helping you. They're just being obedient to a pull in their spirit. They can't quite explain. That's the Holy Spirit working in them, even if they don't recognize it themselves. So, chosen one, be discerning. Be spiritually awake. Be aware of how God moves, because your help may come through a vessel that offends your pride. It might challenge your assumptions. It might shake your ego. But if you stay humble, you'll see the hand of God behind it all. The miracle is still a miracle, even when it comes in plain clothing. The breakthrough is still a breakthrough, even when it walks in quietly. Don't let your vision be so narrow that you reject the very answer you've been crying out for. Be ready, because heaven may send your next chapter through a door you have never knocked on. Chapter 7. When the help arrives, respond with honor, not idolization. Chosen one. Let's talk about the posture of your heart when the help actually shows up. You've been praying. You've been trusting. You've been waiting in faith, and now the moment arrives. A stranger opens a door. A connection is made. The opportunity you've been hoping for finally lands in your lap. The wealth, the wisdom, the favor is real and it's happening. And in that moment, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. It's natural to feel immense gratitude. But here's the sacred truth you must hold on to. Your helper is not your source. Yes, they've been sent to bless you. Yes, they've been positioned by heaven to assist you. Yes, they are part of your divine story. But chosen one, they are not your God. You see, sometimes when the blessing arrives through human hands, we become overly attached to the vessel. We become dependent on them emotionally, spiritually, even financially. We cling to them out of fear that if they walk away, the blessing will end. And without realizing it, we begin to worship the creation more than the Creator. That's dangerous ground. Because while God uses people, He never wants you to lose sight of who is truly sustaining you. The person who gave you a job. The person who helped you relocate. The person who spoke a word of wisdom into your life. They're important, yes, but they're only a reflection of the source, not the source itself. When you idolize the vessel, you limit your vision. You start thinking your survival is tied to that one person. And that creates fear. It breeds anxiety. It stifles growth. Because now your faith is in a human, instead of in the one who sent the human in the first place. So what should your response be when divine help shows up? Respond with honor, not idolization. Respond with gratitude. Speak blessings over their life. Give thanks openly. Appreciate their obedience to the call. Celebrate what they've done for you. But also go deeper with God. Let their arrival be a reminder. Let it remind you that God hears you, that your prayers are effective, that you are not forgotten, that the divine is orchestrating details on your behalf behind the scenes. Let this moment stir your intimacy with the Father. Let it deepen your worship. Let it increase your humility and your awareness that God is still active in your story. You see, this moment of help is not the end of the story. It's a divine checkpoint. It's evidence that you're walking in alignment. It's proof that your spiritual posture has power. But hear this clearly. It is not your destination. It's just one chapter in a much bigger testimony. So don't idolize a vessel. Stay connected to the source. Because the same God who sent help today is already working on your help for tomorrow. And just as someone helped you, there will come a time when you will be the help for someone else. So be ready to give as freely as you've received, to carry blessings with clean hands and a humble heart. Because chosen one, this is only the beginning of the movement God is stirring in your life. Chosen one, hear this clearly. Your help is not coming. It's already on the way. God is stirring hearts, aligning paths, moving resources. You don't need to chase. You don't need to strive. You don't need to beg. You only need to stay ready, because soon a door will open, a conversation will begin, a stranger will step into your life, and they will be carrying exactly what you need to unlock the next dimension of your destiny. This is not fantasy. This is prophetic reality. God is sending someone you've never met, because the next chapter of your life demands something you've never seen. So prepare your heart. Stay in position. Help is arriving. What you thought was delayed is actually being delivered on divine timing. Your faith was never in vain. It's being answered right now. Heaven has already issued the command, and earth is making way. The shift will feel sudden, but it's the result of everything. You've been faithfully sowing in silence. Don't doubt the movement, just because you can't see it. Miracles often arrive wrapped in mystery. This is your confirmation. What's coming has your name on it. So stay anchored in faith, because what's unfolding is greater than what you imagine.